Yo guys, welcome back to another video on our channel, and today I've got the best 5-2-1-2 custom tactics for you guys. This team, this formation, this tactics just made me play so much better in game, and honestly it's one of the most balanced tactics out there. Quickly before we do get into it, if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications so there's any more videos on the channel. If you do enjoy it and it does help you out, please be sure to smash thumbs up as it helps me out more than you can imagine, and let me know what other formations you want to see me do tactics for in the comments below. But let's jump straight into it right now. Okay guys, so I've based these tactics off of my boy Connor Wolf's tactics. He's a pro FIFA player, or was a pro FIFA player. I was struggling to win games, went and checked out his custom tactics. I tried out his ones. They didn't quite work slightly for me, so I changed them ever so slightly, and they work a lot better for me personally. Again, I'll leave his video linked in the description if you want to check his ones out, and you can sort of go with his ones or my ones, whichever ones you do find that you do prefer. But in terms of defensive style, we've got obviously pressure on heavy touch, possession, well, press after possession lost. We've got constant pressure, drop back, and balance. I leave this on balanced. I find it's best on balance. I did try messing about with press after possession loss. I just found that it was just leaving so many gaps in the team. I'd find that both my midfielders would just push up into one area, and all of a sudden my midfield's completely exposed, or both my centre, or two out of three of my centre backs have pushed out left, and there's a massive hole in the defence. So I didn't really like it too much, and I did end up leaving it on balanced. In terms of width, I actually do drop this down in defence when I'm defending, because I want the players to be tucked in a little bit more. It just brings them wing backs in a little bit more, and I actually drop it down to about 42, and it just, like I said, it just brings those wing backs right in, and you're almost playing like a solid 5 back. It's almost like 5 centre backs rather than 3 at the back and 2 wing backs. They slot right in, the midfielders press in and cover that centre nicely, and it just works really well for me. In terms of depth, I actually whacked this up to 75. I think Connor runs it on about 72, but I put this up to about 75 because I just found on 72 there was a lot of times my defence was sat really deep. But when I knocked out to about 74, 75, they just seemed to be sat where I'd want my defenders to be sat, so they can still play the offside trap. There's still a bit of room between if they actually do get in behind, giving my defenders a chance to catch up to the strikers. I just found that the 75 depth did work better than the 72. I know Connor said something about with it being on old gen, that because of the high promotion or something like that on old gen consoles doesn't work as well. So I think you want to have your depth at around 60, but if you are on old gen, you might want to mess about with this a little bit more and make sure your depth is way lower than what I'm running at. Leave it at about 60, 62, somewhere in that region. I think that's what Connor said. I could be wrong, but like I said, I did base a lot of these off of what Connor does do. But that's what I run around 42 width and 75 depth. In terms of build-up play, guys, slow build-up, fast build-up, long ball, or balanced. Long ball's a good option. I do like long ball depending on who I've got up front. On my main account, I play long ball because I've got Haaland, and who else do I have up front? I have another lengthy player up front. I can't think of who it is off the top of my head. But I have 2 lengthy, fast players up front. So I like to play long ball because it just means Haaland and the other player just running behind, and because they're lengthy and they've got good pace, nobody catches up with them. So long ball works really well. But if you guys don't have 2 lengthy strikers, or you only have 1 lengthy striker or whatever, like I do on my Road to Glory account, I run balanced on my Road to Glory. I really like the way that balance plays. The strikers play really nicely. I just like the way that balance does play. Now, in terms of chance creation, guys, you've got possession, you've got forward runs, you've got direct passing or balance. Possession, I've seen a lot of people do well with possession, players that are really good with like their close dribbling, and they play with good passing football, but for me, that's not how I play at all. So possession doesn't work at all. Forward runs, I tried this. Terrible. I don't like the way it plays at all. You just seem like you've got no players to pass to, and everyone's just trying to get in behind. It's just a nightmare. But direct passing is what I actually go for. Direct passing is really good. It's, again, if you guys are good at passing, it's going to work well. Like I said with possession, if people are good at possession and close dribbling, possession can work really well. But chance creation on direct passing, everyone's still pushing forwards, but you still have those options to pass to feet to, which is something that I really like that the forward runs didn't have, because everyone was just trying to get in behind on forward runs. Whereas direct passing, there's a lot of options to play to, playing in and out of the people's feet. You can just play a bit of tiki-taka football up to your striker, play the through ball for that last ball, and get the finish in. When it comes to width for offense, I can't actually remember what Connor does end up playing. I think Connor plays about 52, 53. I think I bumped mine up to about 55 or 56. And the reason for this is I've got 2 really fast wing backs that are good at attacking. I've got Quadrado one side and Inform Klaus on another side. They've got good shooting stats, good passing stats, good pace, and good dribbling as well. So they do actually, they basically play as wingers. And the reason I put that width up a little bit more than what Connor does is I just like how wide they play. I've got my 2 strikers that stay central. I'll show you the instructions in a minute. My 2 strikers do stay central, and my wing backs just play as wingers, and it's just a really nice way. I love the way that it plays. In terms of players in the box, I up this to about here, guys, so you got like 2 that aren't selected, if that makes sense. And then corners and free kicks, we do drop down to 2 as well, so there's only 2 selected there. That is what I play in terms of my tactics there. And then instructions, both my strikers are on stay central and getting behind. As you can see, both of them there, stay central, getting behind. My cam I have on stay forward, get in the box for crosses. And yeah, everything else is on default. Okay, so when it comes to the midfield, I have my right midfielder as my more defensive midfielder who just sits back, plays backwards, and just doesn't attack at all. I have him on stay back while attacking, and then also I do have him on cover center, so he sits in the middle. And then for Berea, who attacks a bit more, I just have him on balanced attack, balanced crossing runs, normal interception, stick to position, but also cover center. And the reason for this is both my midfielders I have on cover center because I always found if I didn't have them on cover center, they'd almost be out wide, so you've almost got 2 left backs in a way, or 2 right backs, and there's a massive hole in the midfield. So make sure both your midfielders are on cover center and your more defensive midfielder is also on stay back while attacking. Center backs are all completely standard. And then for our wing backs, obviously it's a wing back formation. We want them to get forwards and join the attack. And also we're going to make their run types as overlap. As you can see there, we have both join the attack and overlap. And then for our goalkeeper, we do make them a come for crosses goalkeeper and a sweeper keeper goalkeeper. But they are my 5-2-1-2 formation tactics for you guys. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to smash thumbs up and let me know if you want to see any more formation tactics in the comments below. I'll go ahead and find out the best tactics that I can find for them. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you on the next one in a bit. Peace.